Hello, friends. In this video, we will explain financial topics in a very simple way with real-life examples. If finance feels tough and boring to you, don't worry. I'll explain it in 10 parts so you can free your money from unnecessary expenses. This series is perfect for you. Watch the video to the end and let's get started. Episode 1. What is finance? When people hear the word finance, many think of banks and millions. But in reality, finance is the decisions you make with the money in your pocket using wisdom and logic. For example, you have $50 in your pocket. Do you spend it in one day, or do you spread it out over a week? I look at it like this. You'd spend it in an hour anyway. Well, this is finance. Finance doesn't teach money itself. It teaches how to behave with money. Episode 2. Why do you need a budget? Imagine you're driving somewhere without using a GPS. Spending money without a budget is exactly like that. In other words, don't think, I have money today, so I'll spend it today. For example, you earn $500 a month, but at the end of the month you ask, where did the money go? When you create a budget, you know in advance, this money is for food, this is for savings, and this is for expenses. This is the right way to do it. Episode 3. What is income? Income is the sources where you earn money. For example, salary, side job, online sales. All of these are income. For example, if you do an extra job for someone after school and earn $100, that is additional income. The more income you have, the greater your financial comfort becomes. In other words, you have enough money to spend comfortably. Episode 4. How do expenses trick you? For example, the things you say it's just $1 about can turn into a large amount of money by the end of the month. For example, if you buy unnecessary things for $2 every day, it adds up to $60 a month. A financially literate person controls expenses and doesn't act on emotions. But if you get your salary and spend it all overnight, try not to do that. Episode 5. Why is saving money important? Saving is the safety belt for your future. In short, if you want to live well in the future, start saving today. Suppose you set aside $30 every month. After 1 year, it becomes $360. When your phone breaks or an unexpected expense comes up, you don't look for debt. Saving protects you from stress. Don't borrow from anyone, and don't lend to anyone either. Instead of lending money, invest it in something that generates income. At least put it in the bank. Episode 6. What is interest? Interest is the increase or decrease of money. For example, if you keep $1,000 in the bank and it becomes $1,100 at the end of the year, that is good interest. But if you take a loan and have to pay back $1,300 for $1,000, that is bad interest. Interest needs to be used on the right side. In today's world, if we do something in life, we often solve it using credit. Episode 7. Investment explained simply. Investment means putting money to work. For example, if you buy a product for $200, sell it, and earn $300, that is an investment. If money doesn't work, it stays in place. But you should never forget that investment involves risk. For example, there is always a chance that the product you buy won't sell. That's why you should think carefully about what you invest in. If you want this kind of information, leave a comment. In the next video, I will explain the best low-risk ways to make money in simple terms. Episode 8. What does risk mean? Risk means that you don't always win. Think on both sides. For example, if you put all your money into one business and it fails, you could lose everything. A smart person diversifies risk and acts cautiously. For example, if you sell fruit but only sell apples, you could obviously fail by relying on just one product. But if you sell apples together with other fruits, the risk is lower. A customer comes to buy a high-demand product but ends up purchasing several products from you, and this increases your income. Episode 9. Debt and credit. First, let me point out that debt is like a tool. If you use it correctly, it helps you. If you use it incorrectly, it causes harm. For example, if you take a loan to start a business and generate income, that is logical. But if you take out a long-term loan to buy an unnecessary phone or other pointless items, it turns into a financial burden. We've all been there. When the latest model phone comes out, we rush to buy it even on credit. You've probably done this too. Let me know in the comments. Episode 10. How does financial literacy change your life? A person who understands finance controls their money. They know their income, they know their expenses, and they always have money. This does not depend on how much you earn. For example, there are people who earn $1,000 but manage their money so well that they always have cash available. There are people who make $5,000, but before the end of the month they either borrow money or take out a loan. In a word, they're spendthrifts. Someone who doesn't understand finance keeps chasing money. Budgeting, saving, and making smart decisions free you from fear of the future. Financial literacy is freedom. In short, use your money wisely and always be on the winning side. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts on this topic in the comments and don't miss the next episode.